Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. So it's been about 24 hours now since the NBA trade deadline has officially passed. And with that being said, I've been able to gather my thoughts, have coherent thoughts, and actually talk about, what's been going down with this. So we got grading every deal at the 2021 NBA trade deadline by Bleacher Report, although I'm pretty sure that they have time travelers over in their NBA department, because this dude that wrote the article, it says March 24th, 2021, and as we all know, man, the deadline was March 25th. So I have no idea what's going on over there, man, but yeah, straight up, this is all the trades, all the grades. You guys let me know in the comment section below when it comes to your favorite team. What would you grade their trade out there? And I read something, too, that as far as this trade deadline goes, it was the most transactions and players traded in NBA history, which it didn't really seem all that crazy. I mean, there were some nice trades, no doubt, but I didn't know there was that many guys that was flopped around, man. So let's get going on this and see what these grades are looking like, see if they agree with mine too, man. So the first trade we have here is JJ Redick to the Dallas Mavericks. So this trade was Nico Melli, JJ Redick to the Pelicans for James Johnson, Wes Iwundu, and 2021 second round pick. So, I think for the Dallas Mavericks, this is a B plus trade. I mean, JJ Redick's not the youngest guy out there anymore, but Melli and Redick both are great three-point shooters. I thought last season, when Seth Curry was on the team, that the Mavericks were a lot better because of him. So I don't think JJ Redick exactly has the youth of Seth Curry or anything like that, but he still has that three-point shot, and it'll be a nice, veteran piece to have on the team, man. So a solid B plus if you ask me. But by the way, I am only going to do the grade for the team that's getting the player listed. So yeah, Pelicans. I mean, y'all got a second round pick out of it too, but they gave it a B plus and a B plus. So I think that's what I said. That seems about right to me. I don't know what the people are grading, but that's what they're saying. 2 B pluses all around. Next up, we got Victor Oladipo to the Miami Heat. Okay. So for the Miami Heat, this is an A plus, man. Literally. I know I said I was not going to grade the other team, but for the Rockets in this case, I do apologize. There were a team that made bad trades, and that would be the Houston Rockets, who got an F minus, guys. Literally speaking, man, the players that remained since the James Harden trade are guys that I don't even remember, guys. Literally, they got James Harden, they traded James Harden to the Nets for literally nothing at this point, man. It really sucks for them. But, Oladipo, literally all they had to give up was Avery Bradley, who I think was injured anyway. And a pick swap, and Kelly Olynyk is just a casual, bro, straight up, man. I mean, they got they just got Bjelica from the Kings, who plays literally the exact same way as Olynyk, but might even be a better rebounder. So yeah, definitely a big time W for the Miami Heat. And they're saying okay, F plus, or so they're grading both teams. That's what I'm seeing, man. So F plus for the Rockets, it's what I said, F plus, and an A for the Heat. I actually said A plus plus. Okay, man. So yeah, I guess we'll do both teams too, what they're doing. That sounds good to me. Next up, we got Lou Williams to the Atlanta Hawks. So this was Lou Williams, 2023 second round pick, and a second round pick for Rajon Rondo. For the Clippers, I'm going to say, honestly, a C minus. I mean, Rondo is great. Playoff Rondo is definitely a thing. But, I mean, Lou Williams, that dude's been, your sixth man for a long time now. I know he's not the same player he once was. But also the fact of the matter, too, is giving up 2 second-round draft picks. I'm pretty sure the Clippers just do not have any more draft picks for the next, 2 decades, man. So not great for them. Now, for the Atlanta Hawks, they did get 2 second-round picks from Rondo, which is nice. That kind of, evens things out. But I did hear that Lou Williams was going to retire if he gets traded from the Clippers. Now, he actually is from Atlanta, so maybe he will actually play. I'm not really sure. But getting 2 second-round picks for a guy that just wasn't really fitting with the culture of the team, I'm going to say a B minus for the Hawks, guys. B minus for the Hawks. So we got Hawks with an A. Okay, well, hey, what do I know, man? I mean, if Lou Williams plays, then obviously it's better. But if he just retires, then it's not as good. And then we got a D for the Clippers. Okay, fair enough. We got Daniel Gafford to the Washington Wizards. So the Celtics got Luke Kornet, Moritz Wagner, who is, he's on the Celtics now because he got traded away. Chicago Bulls, Troy Brown Jr., Javonte Green, Daniel Tice, and Cash Money. And the Washington Wizards got Daniel Gafford, Chandler Hutchinson. So I think for all these teams, I think for the Bulls, it was definitely an A- trade. Yes, losing Gafford sucks, but Troy Brown Jr., I think is actually a pretty solid NBA player. He was decent for the Wizards last year. But Daniel Tice is going to help solidify their defense, their second unit, which is going to be great. He can play also with either Vucevic or Lauri Markkanen. Boston Celtics, I'm going to say actually I mean, Wagner's a fine player. Like, he gives you, like, that hustle out there and stuff. But, I mean, he can have, like, some good games. Luke Cornett's trash. I'm going to say, like, a C-. I mean, I don't know. I would rather them just keep Daniel Tice, to be honest. It wasn't a good trade for the Boston Celtics, D+. And the Washington Wizards, I mean, Gafford can be a solid defensive player. Chandler Hutchinson could be something in the NBA. Who knows? I mean, he's going to get some more PT over there, hopefully. So for them, I'm going to say it was kind of a non-needle mover for me all that much. I'm going to say like a C+. So we got B- for the Celtics. Completely disagree with that. Like, at this point, I would have just rather kept Daniel Tice. I mean, Moritz Wagner is taller and he can shoot the three, but I think Tice can also kind of shoot too. So we got A for the Bulls. I think that's what I said roughly. So good for them. And then the Wizards with an A-. All right, fair enough. I feel like they're kind of tossing out too many A's. Like, I wish you were my professor in college, man. Straight up. Okay, we got Bjelica to the Miami Heat. So this was Bjelica for Mo Harkless and Chris Silva. Miami Heat, to me, this is an A+ trade. And like I said earlier, because he literally plays like Oladipo, and they were able to toss Oladipo into a trade to get Victor Oladipo. So yeah, and then for the Kings, I don't know if these are like expiring deals or whatever. Nah, I don't really got much opinion. I'm going to say like a C. So we got B+ for the Heat. Okay, that's fine. And we got A for the Kings. Yeah, I guess if anything, they get off the contracts. Or they get off Bjelica's contract. Like, he's got 2 more years, like $7 million a season on it or something. So, okay, that's fine to say. We got George Hill to the Philadelphia 76ers. So, this is quite a large trade, actually. The Knicks got Terrence Ferguson, Vincent Poirier, and a 2021 second-round pick. The OKC Thunder got Tony Bradley, Austin Rivers, more picks, and the 76ers got Ignas Brazdeikis and George Hill. It was once again a good trade all around. The Knicks were not really using George Hill. Terrence Ferguson is still a pretty young player. Hopefully he gets some PT over there. And obviously getting picks is nice. 76ers got themselves, an older point guard, but a good veteran, a guy that can shot 46% from 3 last season. And the OKC Thunder, Austin Rivers will be a decent, point guard for them until Shai Gilgeous is healthy. And they got some picks out of it too, man. So literally, A's all around. This was a good trade deadline for most teams. So we got B for the Thunder. Okay, fair enough. B for the Knicks, and an A for the 76ers. So good grades. Maybe I'm just tossing out the A's a little bit too easily now too, man. It's all good. Okay, next up we got the Portland and Toronto swap rings. Not wings. Wings. Bro, I want some wings right now, man. So we got Portland getting Norman Powell, Toronto Raptors getting Rodney Hood and Gary Trent Jr. So, when I first saw this trade, I thought it was a W all around. I mean, Norman Powell is still going to be nice. He did play a little bit of small forward for the Toronto Raptors, actually a lot this season with OG going down with injury, but obviously the Raptors were not having a good record with him there. So I don't know if I like that as their starting small forward. I think Norman probably will be their 6th man on this team, but we'll kind of see. And they gave him a C forward. I guess that's fine. I'll agree with the C there. Toronto Raptors, Rodney Hood, Gary Trent. I thought this was an A+ trade, man. Just because for me, Gary Trent, I think, is a starting caliber shooting guard in the NBA. CJ McCollum was a beast for the Portland Trail Blazers, but it's he just wasn't starting over there with CJ coming back healthy and stuff. So I do think the future backcourt for the Raptors is going to be, Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr., and they're going to light it up, bro. Literally, bro, both those guys could average 20 points per game. And then Rodney Hood is a good serviceable, 6'8" small forward that will just be a nice bench piece for the team. So I agree with the C for the Blazers. Norman Powell's a great player. I just don't know if he's a great fit on the Blazers. I think there's something to be said about that. And I like both these players on the Raptors. So, and we got A for the Raptors. I agree with both those ratings. Okay. Aaron Gordon to Denver. So Gary Clark, Aaron Gordon for Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, 2025 first round pick, top 5 protection through 2027. So, once again, I think this is a WA for both sides. Denver Nuggets getting Aaron Gordon, that athleticism next to Jokic is just going to work. I mean, especially, I really hope Aaron Gordon gets, steps away from shooting so many threes and stuff like that. Obviously, it's important to be able to shoot at that position, but I really want him to embrace, being that slasher to the basket, because Jokic will find him out there. And Vucevic was actually a really good passing center himself, so it should be a pretty easy transition for Gordon going over to the Nuggets now. And then for the Magic, it's I think all around the Magic did a good job. By the way, main channel Crispy Flakes, I did do an Orlando Magic rebuild if you do want to check that out. But Gary Harris is whatever now. But I mean, RJ Hampton, good project right there. And getting a first round pick for Aaron Gordon. And getting off his contract is nice too. Gary Harris does have a 2-year, I don't know what the money is exactly, but he's still got 2 years. It's kind of a larger contract, but regardless, not that big a deal. But yeah, man, a pretty big W, all around if you ask me. So Harris' arrival does a better job explained by the Magic flipped Evan Fournier in 2 seconds. Okay, whatever. We got Evan Fournier to Boston. So this was Evan Fournier for Jeff Teague and 2 round picks. Jeff Teague was waived by the Magic. So for the Celtics, A+++. 20-point per game scorer, can pass the basketball, good veteran out there, like literally going to booster their bench so much, especially a team that's had some injury issues this season. Having a guy like Fournier there is just going to help out, letting guys rest at, the correct times and everything. He's not going to be a 20-point per game scorer for the Celtics. There's just not enough like minutes in the game and stuff or enough shots to be had out there. But I do think he'll be like a solid 12-point, 3-assist type of guy, which is really nice, man. For 2 round picks, it's an absolute steal. And then for the Magic, I will say this was probably the worst trade they had. I'm going to say probably like C+ish out there because we saw some other, good, really solid players. Or I'm sorry, not guys not as good as Evan Fournier go for 2 round picks. I forgot who exactly, but we'll see it as we go on through here, man. But at the same time, Evan Fournier was probably leaving after the season anyway, so getting 2 round picks is nice in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, man. So we got A for the Celtics, D for the Magic. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Next up, we got Vucevic to the Chicago Bulls. So this was Al-Farouq Aminu, Nikola Vucevic for Wendell Carter, Otto Porter 2021. I think it was, I'm going to say a B+ trade for the Bulls. And the reason I'm not giving it that A- range is because I think in the moment it is going to make the Bulls a very competitive team and everything like that. I think they're going to be, a top 5-6 seed in the Eastern Conference. And then obviously next season too, you have Vucevic, who's playing his best basketball of his career. The reason I don't give it that A range is because you do take on the risk of maybe it just doesn't work out. And at that point, you gave up 2 first-round picks to get him. This year's first-round pick is not going to be a lottery pick, obviously, or probably not 2023 either. But at that point, Vucevic is going to be a little bit older. He's an injury-prone 7-footer. He hasn't been injured in a while, I don't think, but he just still has that history of the injury. But I think in the moment, it was a good move. And, like I said, the only reason is because of the draft picks. As far as the players they gave up, like Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, $28 million expiring contract, he was probably gone or signing for less this offseason anyway. And Wendell Carter, I recognize what Wendell Carter could be, but we already know what Vucevic is, right, guys? So, but for the Magic's perspective, like, they have time to wait on a guy like Wendell and really develop him. Getting those picks is nice. See what Otto Porter does this season. Will be fine. Maybe they can get him on a pretty good $10-15 million contract after this season. It was a good trade all around, man. B+ for the Chicago Bulls. I'm gonna say probably an A-, maybe even an A for the Magic because of the 2 first-round picks. But then again, if Vucevic is the beast over there, those picks are not going to be as good. So I'll say like an A-. So we got B for the Bulls, and we got an A- for the Magic. Okay, so I was a little nicer to the Bulls than Bleacher Report was. But regardless, I was not upset about the trade for either side. It's good all around. We got Terrence Davis to the Sacramento Kings. So this was Terrence Davis for a 2nd-round pick. Last I saw Terrence Davis was kind of a beast. So for the Kings, I don't really know if the Kings are like in the department to really be giving up draft picks right now, but Terrence Davis is a good young shooting guard and stuff. But they also just got DeLon Wright. They got Buddy Hield. I have no idea. They also have Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox. I have no idea how that guard rotation is going to work. Kind of a non-needle mover if you ask me. And then for the Raptors, I think that the initial reason they did this trade was to free up roster spots to do a Kyle Lowry type of trade, which just never really happened. But regardless, like, they have some nice guards on the team as is. They don't really need Terrence Davis anyway, so getting a pick for him is nice. I'll probably say like a C trade for both sides. Kind of a non-needle mover if you ask me. So B for the Kings and B for the Raptors. Okay, that's completely fine. We got Brad Wanamaker to the Charlotte Hornets. So this was Brad for cash. Brad Wanamaker, backup point guard, gives them a little additional depth with LaMelo Ball being out, I guess. It's fine. Don't got much to say. B+ for the Hornets and B for the Warriors. Yeah, that's completely fine. Marquise Chris to the San Antonio Spurs. So this was rights to Cady Lalane. Have no idea who that is. And the Spurs get Marquise Chris in cash. I thought Marquise was injured. I don't know about that. But regardless, good athletic player on a kind of unathletic Spurs team. So, well, the older players kind of, I guess, it's not as bad as I thought it was, actually. I guess they're fine athleticism-wise, but they're average athleticism-wise. But Marquise Chris helps up to that. Without knowing anything about Caddy, though, I can't really grade this trade. So, yeah, I guess it puts him in the buyout market, and we got B for them. Okay, that's fine. Matt Thomas to the Utah Jazz. Once again, I think this was a trade to free up some roster spaces on the Toronto Raptors. So getting a pick, though, for Matt Thomas is nice regardless. He didn't really play all that much, 3-point specialist. And then, we'll see if the Utah Jazz can do something with him, but I don't think he's going to play all that much, to be honest. So B- for the Raptors and a B+ for the Jazz. We'll see if he gets some PT, though. JaVale McGee to the Denver Nuggets. This was a trade of Isaiah Hartenstein, 2023 second round pick. Another second round pick for JaVale McGee. I think for the Nuggets, this is like a B+ trade. Obviously, giving up 2 second round picks, never fun. But at the same time, too, like JaVale is a good champion center. He's going to be a great backup to Jokic, so I like that. For the Cavaliers, I think it was an A trade. I mean, for them being 2 second round picks in a 23-year-old Isaiah Hartenstein, who could still be something in the NBA, maybe, for a guy that didn't really need to even be on the team in the first place. Like, that's great for them. So, B+ for the Cavaliers and B for the Nuggets. Okay. Completely fine. We got DeLon Wright to the Sacramento Kings. So for the Pistons, we got Corey Joseph, 2 second round picks for DeLon Wright. I'm going to say like a B trade for the Pistons. I actually really did like DeLon Wright. He was a nice player for us, but doesn't really fit like the long scope of the team. Corey Joseph, I don't know his contract situation. I know it's like $12 million, but I don't think it's all guaranteed money. But getting 2 second round picks is nice. And then the Kings got a great, just grit and grind player in DeLon. So I'm going to say like a B for the Pistons and like a B+ for the Kings. They got so many guards now, man. So we'll see how he works in the rotation. So B- for the Pistons and B+ for the Kings. Okay, pretty accurate there. Next up, we got PJ Tucker, the Milwaukee Bucks. So this is obviously a few days ago. I don't got much to say about this one. I know Torrey Craig, I heard, has been doing really good for the Suns. I like PJ on the Bucks, but yeah, grade-wise, it's kind of old news trade, so I don't got much to say about it. So we got A, B+ up there, and an A for the Suns. Okay, Trevor Ariza to Miami, he also old news, but now they have Oladipo on this team too. For the Miami Heat, I think it was a nice little player to add on. For the OKC Thunder, they got a second round pick, and then Myers Leonard, is no longer in the NBA because reasons, and he got cut right away by the OKC Thunder. And we got some more stuff going on right here. This was just like the Bjelica dude to the Sacramento Kings. Nothing too crazy with that. I thought there was another trade. No, I think that's all of them, man. So yeah, I think overall, like I said, there was not really any big time losers for the trade deadline. I think the biggest was probably the Rockets because they could have just kept Karis LeVert. He would have fit instantly into their rebuild. Oladipo, they got essentially nothing back for him. Or James Harden, really, man, now that you think about it too. So that's all we got, though, guys. What do you all think about these trades? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.